And welcome back, Firewood Addicts, to another episode of Travis Does Firewood. Today we're going to figure out what this has to do with this. So I want to start off the episode and I want to issue an apology. My wife was gone last week. She had to go home to Vermont to take care of her mom who had surgery. She's fine. I was working and doing videos, and I had the kids too, so I neglected to respond to comments. I'm usually really good at responding to comments. I may spend too much time on my response, but my viewers are important, so if I haven't got back to you, I will. Just to be patient with me. Thank you. Just want to say that. So now on to the episode. So when I went, after I got back from Vermont in July, I thought I had lost the handle for my files, right? So since I didn't have this, or I thought I lost it, or I thought I left it in Vermont, I just literally would handle the narrow part on the file and having a hand file, and that was bad. That was bad on my fingers, blisters. So then I think I filmed. I used one of my mini splits, and I drilled a hole in it, and I used that, and that in a pinch worked well. Fast forward, recently someone commented to either on that episode or another episode. Anyway, a commenter mentioned to use a golf ball, and I thought that was intriguing. You know, a golf ball here, golf ball. So I thought about that, and then it came up again, or I read it somewhere about using a golf ball for the handle of a file. And I think someone or some people, instead of having to interchange the handle on their files because different chains require different size files, and I only have one handle, so I had to interchange the file per whatever saw that I'm sharpening that day, right? But I think some people, you can find a bag of these at the Goodwill for like a few bucks, and so they buy these, and then I think they have whatever size file, they just have them all ready to go in the golf ball, and they use this as opposed to a handle, a nice lathe, smoothed out, stained handle that you would buy at the store. A lot cheaper to modify a golf ball than would be to make or buy one of these things. So the point of the video today is, can we drill this out with the same hole size as this handle, drill this out, and then will it work? And then is it worth the time and effort? So let's do it. So as I prepare this whole thing, yes, my garage, my shop is a mess, and you can have an opinion of it. That's fine. Maybe your garage or shop is cleaner, more organized. But if your shop or workspace garage is spotless, organized and totes and all that stuff, then you need another hobby. That's just my opinion. You need another hobby. I would like this to be more organized, but no judgment. It's a mess. So you can laugh, you can comment, whatever. It's a mess. So I have saws everywhere, all this stuff. So I think I mentioned a while back, or maybe I didn't, I don't know, but I got this vise. I got this vise a while ago from the people who I give cedar bark to, and last time they came to get cedar bark for free because they make the birdhouses. Oh, here, I'll show you. Yeah, so I give them a cedar bark, and the guy makes birdhouses out of them. So this is the bark that I gave him, and it goes on the roof, and then he makes different birdhouses with them. And I haven't done anything with this yet, but I thought it was kind of cool. But as a gesture of a thank you, they dropped off a few things. When one of them was this vise here. So I got it's not secured very good. I'm using screws. I should really use bolts. But anyway, it's here in the bench, so we're gonna be using this today. So maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. But so first thing we need to do is we need to figure out what size hole is this, so we can drill it, right? So luckily I have a Harbor Freight near me, and I got this giant pack of drill bits that I won't ever use every one of these, but it's nice having every single size imaginable at your hand. So I think one of these has to fit this handle here. So let's try it out. So this size, that's almost perfect. We'll leave that one out. This one definitely fits in there, but because we want this hole to be big enough, but yet snug for the pointy end of the file, you know. So let's try this one. This size, what's this say on here? What's this say? 5/32 is this drill bit size. So let's try this out. Let me get a gun, and we'll drill it out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have myself again, but yeah, we'll figure this out together, okay? It'd be a fun experiment. I mean, we're using firewood and a golf ball, folks. I mean, it's not a satire. I'm being serious. We're gonna try to use this as a handle for a file, okay? So, the experiment, I'm gonna use just a 2x2. I don't want to drill into the golf ball yet. I'm gonna practice on this one. But first, what I want to do is I want to see how deep the narrow part goes into the handle. How do you secure your handle to the file? Do you like bang on it like this so it goes in? Do you do kind of like a head on an axe? You tap this part? Me, I just kind of push it like this, and that's good enough where I can wiggle it off. So I'll just do that. Okay, and then now take a Sharpie and we're gonna mark it at the base on all sides so I know how deep it is, and then I'll mark the depth onto the drill bit, and that's how far we'll go. So again, gonna get ahead of myself, take this bit out. So here's the tip of the bit, here's the tip of the file. So we're gonna mark the bit with the Sharpie. It doesn't have to be exact, I guess. I don't know. I guess that's okay. Yeah, that should work. I mean, this is not exact science. We'll see what we can do here, right? So put this back in the drill gun. So we're gonna take. You know what? I'll probably do this in the vise. All right. So open vise. Go like this, and go down, up, okay, go in, up and down. All right, so that's the drill, and then the mark is about yay, so let's see how far we can go. Right at that mark. All right, so let's see if this, okay, that goes in there, not as far as that mark, but it seems to be that you could take it out, easy. Whereas if I have my handle, that's very, very snug. Where I just put this in here, and that's, well, let's try a different. How about we go one size bit smaller? All right, so this bit is something 64ths. I don't. Because the tip of here, this is tapered. It's tapered, where this bit is just one uniform hole. So we want the circumference of the hole that's in there, not the hole here. So if I have a smaller bit, then this hole, the outer hole, was stretched out over time. Right? Maybe in theory. So maybe a smaller bit. So the smaller bit, one size smaller. I got it marked, put it back in the gun, make a new hole. Alright, now let's see if this is better. Oh yeah, that's a lot tighter. It's a lot tighter there. Yeah, and then I put it in, and I could see the wood fibers right here, expanding. So I do like that. I do like that. But now I'm talking with you, I'm curious. We have our golf ball here, right? Now, and I measured how far the file goes into the handle, this handle here, right? But if I drill into it this far, will it poke out the other side? So let's kind of, that's super close. That's very, very close. Because I was hoping that the end wouldn't poke out, because I would have my hand on this, you know, and I want to poke myself. But maybe I'm going about this all wrong. But anyway, now that we know we have the bit that we make sense, let's get this ball in the vise and see what we can do. A different angle for you. So let's see if we get this ball in here. We're not going to move. Okay. And then we're going to make, I want to shoot for this little dimple right here. And we'll see if I could do this. I think it would probably be better using a drill press to make sure that I'm going straight down. But let's just see if I can do it with the drill gun. Okay, I got my mark on my bit. See how this goes. Alright, so now you know what's inside a golf ball. Strange. Okay, cool. So, did I go all the way through? I did not. I did not go there through. Awesome. Okay, so now we have our hole. You see it right there. That's the hole. So now let's check out if this works. Let's go into the ball. I don't know. So I did not go all the way through. It seemed like that, like I was going to, but now because of the bit size, I can only go in yay far. Here's my mark right here with a Sharpie. I don't know if you see that or not. But I got a good 1/4 inch plus between that mark right here and the ball. But it seems to be in there. I mean, it's not gonna come out easily. So now we know. I mean, I guess maybe bit size doesn't matter. Maybe just whatever small enough of this diameter or this dimension here, from here to here, the top part. So maybe I overthought that with the bit size. But I guess the next question is, will this work as the handle? So let's put a saw in the vise, and maybe we can get some filing done. Let's do it. Here's the file. I was running my 460 the other day, and it was it was dull. So 7/32 file, and again, hey, I'm not a very good filer, and I know that about myself. So I'm still learning. I'm not an expert, but I don't have the means to have someone else sharpen for me yet. I have offers, but it's, as of right now, I hand file on my saw myself, and I'm still learning, so no judgment. So let's see if this golf ball handle can do its job. And yes, I'm not wearing gloves, okay? This is for demonstration only. Yeah, this chain needs some work on it. So initially, because when I file, I twist the file as I'm filing, right? So I'd like to be able to do that with the ball. Now I'm having a hard time getting grip on the ball itself to be able to turn it with this hand. I guess this hand's turning it for me, but I think I need to readjust. I don't know. Do I pound it in there? Should I do that? Oh no, runaway ball. Thinking about pounding this in there, because I want this to be, when the file's in the handle, it's in there. It doesn't spin in the hole. Whereas right now, the tapered part, the tip, is spinning on here, which I don't want. So can we just tap it? Well, now that's definitely on there. It's a lot better at that mark. I don't know. But then how do you want to get it off? I don't know. Oh yeah. I do like that. Yeah, this is bad. Even the handle, I'm not holding it like this, I don't think. I think I would hold it with my fingertips almost because of how I sharpen, or how I hold the handle, right? Why is this chain so dull? I didn't run it that much. Alright, so these are good. Rock and roll. So, this, I think, is an interesting idea. And if, like you said, you go down to Goodwill, buy a bag of golf balls for a few bucks, and then you have, if you have several saws, you have several sizes, and you just drill a hole and you ram it in there, and then that's your handle for that file. I think that is a good idea, as opposed to having to interchange each time for different size files with one handle. I don't know. I mean, it's not that much of an inconvenience, but if you can have a handle on a file, or, I mean, I guess, can we take this off? Can this bang off? Yeah, it will come off with enough force. So then, and it's, because it's I don't know what this is made out of. If you golf, let me know what golf balls are made out of. But anyway, this will expand. So I had this down another 1/4 inch or so when I pounded on it initially. So now it's not like it stretched and was left at that size hole. It will go again. So in theory, I can bang this again, and it'll go down to where it was, and now it's on there, right? So it's interesting, it's new, it's different. If you have, like I said, if you hand file, which I think a lot of us do, still hand file and not grind or send out the chain to be sharpened for us. I think having to save one less step, save a little bit of time. I'm not saying save a lot of time. You're saving a little bit of time by having devoted handle on each one of your files, and when that file is dull, bang off the golf ball, and then put a brand new file on the golf ball, and toss the old file in your metal scrap, and then you're done. I think I don't know. So you let me know in the comments. Is this makes any sense? Using a golf ball, using another piece of wood. When I'm using the mini split, it was like a square rectangle type shape, so it didn't really fit in my hand. Versus like a file that's smooth and made to be gripped. The golf ball not made to be gripped, I mean per se, but when you're just using your fingertips to twist and spin the ball, and then therefore the file as you're filing, that's not too bad. And you may get, I can see in the future my fingertips being fatigued, versus like if I would have more of a finger grip versus like fingertip that I would do on the golf ball, right? So I don't know. I may need to do more of a session filing, maybe like one whole chain with filing with a golf ball to give an impression. But well, maybe I have time right now. Let's do that right now. Time lapse.
2,000 years later.
All right, so I just got done filing the entire chain on the 460. I would say average fatigue in my hands. If I was an arborist and I came home every day after work and hand filed all my saws, I would have more muscle memory in my hands and in my fingers. In terms of filing, I don't file that often, so I have I would say regular fatigue in my hand, my fingertips type thing. Would that be better with the golf ball versus the handle? I don't know. it's too close to call. I just thought it was an interesting idea. Maybe the ergonomics or how you like to grip when you're hand filing makes sense to a lot of people using something round like a golf ball. I think the size of the ball is interesting. I can't think of another ball that's this size that's it's sturdy that you could drill into and use for one. You could make one, I'm sure, by hand, but I think the golf ball is a good size, similar in diameter to the handle. I mean, not that close, but I mean, not like a tennis ball size. Now, tennis ball size, that would be interesting, but, or like a cue ball, that's something like a billiards pool table ball. Would that be too big to like have your hand around and then file? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm not gonna do that because I don't have one that I would want to drill into. I just have found a small golf ball laying around. And I'm like, hey, let's do that. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If this is something that you would try, or something that you would try and try to have multiple, so you have one, like I said, for each size file that you do have for your various saws. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Until next time, life's too short to be a prick, so be kind to one another. Rock and roll, stay safe, and keep cutting. Cheers.